What are the benefits of EFT or Meridian tapping? In my experience clinically and with myself, because I never ask any of my students or clients to do something that I don't find tried and true for myself as well. The benefits are many, many. For starters, we are with tapping and with the rest of the protocol that we use with EFT, we are bringing together our conscious mind, our unconscious mind, the body through the meridian points, the nervous system, and we are able to bring the level of stress, suffering, and anxiety down to a much lower level and even really to zero, so that when you learn how to tap, the simple, straightforward technique of tapping, you can actually start with something that seems as though it's going to be impossible for you. And in an amazingly short time, often you can be at a point where you know that you've had the stress, but it really doesn't affect you anymore. It's really amazing. I have experienced this many, many times, and I have helped many of my clients and students to have this excellent experience as well. Also, besides stress and suffering and anxiety and fear, even phobias that don't yield to other techniques, goal setting. So if you are an athlete and you want to improve your game, you can do it with EFT tapping. It's very effective, tried and true process. Pain relief. Often, of course, with any kind of pain, you need to consult with a qualified healthcare practitioner so we can know what it is you're actually going through. That's always recommended. However, many people, including myself, have found that the distress of any condition can be significantly reduced through tapping. Um, if you are a dancer and you want to dance more skillfully, the EFT tapping will help you. If you are a student, you can overcome test anxiety. If you are a professional, you can be more at ease with your work. We have a saying, those of us who practice EFT, try it on everything. And no matter what kind of concern you bring to me, I'll see with you what we can do about it. So why don't we just take a look at what EFT looks like in progress, and you can begin to have a sense of what it's all about. In subsequent videos, I will get into more depth and detail with the basic EFT tapping so that you can begin to have success experiences for yourself. Um, if indeed you are getting these success experiences and you want to work more in depth one-on-one with me, I'm available. You can contact me at my website or my Facebook professional page, and I'll be happy to work with you. So here we go. What are the tools we need? Ourselves. That's it. And even people who don't have hands can do it by imagining, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to use our hands and use our tapping points. This is what we call the setup point or the karate chop point. Remember, because if you were going to do karate, this would be where you would make the contact. Some people like to tap on one hand. Some people like to tap on the other. And some of us like to do both at the same time. It's all good. It's what feels right to you. This is the setup point because when we tap the setup point, that's where we focus on what it is that we're interested in achieving, what it is that we are concerned about. And we tap lightly and gently a few times as we focus on what it is our concern is about. And I can help you learn how to do that too. The next point is the top of the head. Right in the middle of the top of your head, you tap gently a few times. That's the top of the head point. And next, the inside of the eyebrow, where the hair meets the skin. You can do the right side, you can do the left side, or you can do both. It depends on what feels right to you. I'm going to demonstrate on this side just for convenience sake. Okay, so it's inside of the eyebrow, just gentle tapping, not poking to the point where it would be uncomfortable. The next point is the outside of the eyebrow, where the hair meets the skin. Just tap, tap, tap a few times. Each one of these is a meridian point, and that's why we're tapping them. The next one is the under eye point. Tap just a few times. The next point is the above the lip. Tap, tap, tap gently just a few times. The next point, the under the lip point. Again, tap a few times. And then the next point is the collarbone. It's that little squishy spot right under where the hard bone is. And you just tap a few times. And then the last point is the underarm. Those of us who wear a bra, the bra line point. Those of us who don't, sleeveless undershirt point. And that's the last tapping point. Now I'm going to demonstrate them all in sequence now so you can see what it's like. Side of the hand or karate chop, top of the head, inside of the eyebrow, outside of the eyebrow, under the eye, above the lip, below the lip, collarbone, underarm. And it's really that simple. Now, those are the tapping points. When we are getting ready to bring the level of distress down as close as we care to get it to zero, we want to know what is this particular thing that I'm focused on. And I'm going to pick one that is common for a lot of us. I'm feeling anxious or nervous. I'm jittery or shaky or maybe not quite as focused as I would like to be. I want to be more relaxed, which is a prelude for everything else. So just for a moment, let's talk about what's going on inside of me when I'm feeling a stress going on. Well, when I'm in a state of ease, my nervous system is functioning in a balanced way between the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of my brain where I think about things in a way to make assessment and judgment and to do good critical thinking. The lower brainstem, or the amygdala, is, you've probably heard of it, the fight, flight, or freeze area of the brain. And this is the part we need, both parts of our brain. I need to think about what I'm doing and to reflect and assess and make good judgments. On the other hand, if I'm in traffic and somebody dangerously cuts me off, I need to be a race car driver for a few moments. My lower brainstem is going to take over and react to save my life faster than I can reason it through. I think most of us have had an experience like that. How did I get from over there to over here? But thank God I'm alive. And so we need both functions. But if I'm stressed a great deal, my nervous system is going to be firing a lot in the lower brainstem, and it's going to be not so strong in the good critical thinking part of the brain. So what we want to do is to help that lower brainstem feel more relaxed so that more the body feels safe to bring some energy into the good critical thinking area of the brain. That's what we're doing right now. And the tapping really, really helps. I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I can tell you from my personal experience, it really does. So I'm feeling tense or nervous right now. Now let's see, where do I feel it in my body? Sometimes we're not so clear where we feel it in our body, so we can guess. We can always start with guessing and see where we go from there. But I'm noticing that I feel some tension in the upper part of my chest and in my back and my jaw and my tummy. So it's kind of like, whew, like you tense up and you don't realize you're tense. Look at where are my shoulders? Oh, okay. So I'm feeling it kind of in the tension area of my chest most of all. So that's where I'm feeling it. So on a scale of 0 to 10, how tense am I? 10 would be I'm so tense, I can hardly even breathe. I'm not able to communicate. Be pretty much it'd be completely hysterical. 5 would be, well, I'm not comfortable, but I can kind of manage. And then up from 5 to 10, it'd be more and more increasing. Less than 5, it'd be sort of tense, not so tense. So I'm about a 7 right now because I'm excited about bringing this message to you, and I'm also a bit nervous and tense about doing it in the best way possible. So I'm feeling it in my chest. Now, if that feeling had a color, I wonder what it would be. Now, some of you will feel you can get that right away, others of you won't. It doesn't matter. It's an extra feature that can help. I'm getting yellow. That's not a color I usually relate to a whole lot, so it's kind of interesting for me. And if this feeling has a texture, what is it? Well, I would say it's kind of hard. It's like a hard feeling because it's tension. And if it had a shape, what would it be? Well, it'd be like kind of like a little tight fist. So I've got a hard yellow, little tight fist of tension. And if it had a temperature, what would it be? It kind of feels to me like that cream you put on that's hot and cold at the same time for aches and pains. So it's kind of like icy hot. So I've got an icy hot little yellow fist of tension that's kind of like a little ball right here in my chest. Now, if some of you are saying this is ridiculous junk, that's what I said when I first learned about it. I actually said, you've got to be kidding. This is nuts, and you can kiss my bum. When I first learned about EFT, I really did. I really did. And then I tried it, and I was able to cure myself of anxiety induced seizures, actual seizures, not epilepsy, but because my body was so hyper from being distressed that not enough blood was getting to my brain, and it literally made me have seizures. I had them for 15 years, and they were gone painlessly, less than 5 minutes when I did tapping. And I want to tell you, folks, that was the day I said, I'm taking this show on the road. This is going to be good for people. So let me demonstrate to you the real live me, Dr. Baker, dealing with my tension. So I can say even though, or I can just say it. I have this little yellow tense fist. It's kind of icy hot in my body, under my collarbone, in my chest right here, right here. And I love and accept myself just the way I am. That's a critical phrase, folks, because when we introduce acceptance and love, we begin to relax. Even if we're not sure if we believe in it yet, it's such an important thing for us that it helps. So even though I'm going to do this 2 more times, I have this little yellow fist of icy hot tension. And now that I've noticed, it's kind of sad as well as tense. I love and accept myself just the way I am right now. I've got this little yellow fist of kind of icy hot tension in my chest, and I love and accept myself just the way I am. Now, you heard me sigh, that was tension release already, but I'm going to use a reminder phrase as I tap through the tapping points. This little tense yellow fist, all that tension in my chest, this little tense yellow fist, and it's already starting to ease up. I can feel it easing up. It's like a little hand that's relaxing. I have this little tense fist in my chest. There's more release. All of that tension, all of that tension. Now, when I'm saying all of that tension, I'm not reinforcing it. I'm allowing my body to notice that I let myself get tense, and the body can go, oh, I can let it down now. Tension in my chest, tension in my chest. all of that tension, I might just let it go. I might let it go right down to a zero. All of that tension in my chest. That's funny. I kind of feel like laughing, like I don't even know if I want to be tense anymore at all. I'm letting that tenseness go right down to a zero right now. Ah, and that's basic tapping. We can apply this to very deep things like layers and layers of serious PTSD. We can apply it to your golf game. We can apply it to learning how to get to sleep easily at night. We can apply it to a happier sexual experience. We can apply it to everything from tummy aches to lack of confidence. You name it. If you can think of it, we can explore and see what we're going to do. Um, Please feel free to get in touch with me at www.bethebakercounselor.com or on my Facebook business page or my personal page as well. I'll be happy to speak with you because I've just opened a new website. I'm offering a special to my new clients if you want to work with me one-on-one, or if you have a group that you would like to make a group class together, get in touch with me. Special price. For those of you who really have a financial need, you're always welcome to negotiate with me. For those of you for whom that is not an issue, I really appreciate your being straightforward with me about that. But I want to, insofar as I may appropriately, remove the barriers to any of you who want to work with me and make this skill accessible to you. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure